Alrighty, guys, sitting down here with Amy Small from Professional Lending Solutions. How are you today, Amy?
I'm fantastic, Jared. How are you?
Doing incredibly well. Just in all honesty, guys, letting you know this is take two, all right? So, the case study. We weren't recording the first one, right? So, real things do happen to everybody. Um, in today's video, what I wanted to do is just, Amy, I've been working with for over 12 months now. She has got some incredible results through her social media campaigns, through a lot of the selling techniques and things that she used within her business, which is fantastic, and has created quite a name for herself through the whole Newcastle area now as well, being known as the friendly neighbourhood broker. So Amy, if you could just give us a quick overview as to your business, how you serve your clients first, that would be amazing.
Okay, so I am a finance and mortgage broker, and I went out on my own about a year and a half ago. And it was because I wanted to help clients, just the average client, families, pay off their home loan and save some money. I also love helping first home buyers buy their first home. And I knew that I could do this by with what I offer, how I help my clients, and the way that I keep them up to date and get approvals for them. So that's the basis of my business. Otherwise, I do specialize in, say, self-employed and other components as well. But my love and my passion are just saving a family money and helping them pay off their home loan, or helping a family buy their first home.
Great. Fantastic. That's awesome. And just to give us a snapshot as well, because you help families save a lot of money, what is the maximum that you've ever saved somebody in terms of payments or loans or anything like that?
Yes, so I have saved one family up to $1,800 in repayments. This covered personal loans. We were able to funnel that back into their home loan and able to pay off their loan in 7 years. So for anyone that's looking to sort of pay off instead of paying into this personal loan or car loans, and actually save them some years in their home loan, it was just a great result.
Damn straight. I mean, $1,800 for any family, any
Yeah,
individual is a lot of money.
better in their pocket.
100%, I agree. Awesome. So, and this is a common trait of a lot of our clients as well. They've got some sort of service that is of high value that they help their clients with, that either, i.e., saves a lot of money, makes an impact in some way, shape, or form on someone's life. Whether it be mindset, no matter what it is, finances, the lot. This is how a lot of our clients work. So they have extreme product services that create results. So secondly, look, let's sort of dive a little bit deeper into things now. So I mean, we've been working for over 12 months together. Where were you before you started working with me?
I was just starting out in a business of my own. I'm not affiliated with any big brand. I'm not a Rams. I'm not an Aussie. I don't have that big name. So I had to start from scratch. And I knew the way to do that was through, I wanted to market through social media because everyone's on there. So it just seemed like a no-brainer to me. So when we first started working together, Jared, I was probably settling maybe one or two, if I was lucky, loans a month to start with, and not knowing where the next month was coming from. So I had a few components in place. That was the start of my marketing, but I'm not a marketer. I'm not in that industry that you are in. So I didn't have the education to be able to scale that up to another level.
Yeah, okay. So you're settling one to two loans a month, and there wasn't, from what I'm seeing, there wasn't really any sort of predictability around where the next
No,
loan was going to come from or
that's
how
right.
you're going to source that. How were you
Hmm.
doing it previously before us?
I had completed a couple of little courses. I had, of course, pounded the pavement like every new mortgage broker does, and tried to force network relationships, which I believe can work or doesn't work. And it can't be the only source that you can get a referral from, because they're not going to refer you monthly. They're going to be once every blue moon.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you could rely on. And then I'd also had some basic components for networking and social media. Had started putting posts, but I really had no idea of the effectiveness or how to advertise through that social media network system.
So you were doing a lot of referral type work. You were pounding the
Trying.
pavement and
Yep.
trying your best just to drum up the next work. And was that's I could imagine it would have been quite challenging at the time as well.
Of course, and I mean that's the expectation when you start a business, is that you want to put a challenge. But I knew that I knew that I didn't know how to go from the next level to the next level. So that's what I was looking for.
Cool. So different ways, because you didn't know how to go to the next level. Had you run businesses in the past or anything like that, or?
I had started a few different branches before for different banks, but of course, when you're dealing with a larger brand, it's an easier process of being able to get out there in the community because you're already well known. So to start from scratch, it was a real challenge, because you're having to convince every individual or every referral relationship that you knew what you were doing, and that you had the resources to do it, and without that big credibility behind you, saying from a big brand. So it was difficult the first 6 months.
And it's the same with many businesses too. Like if you don't have that big brand behind you, and these brands are pumping hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars into advertising as well. And that's from that's from where they're getting their referral businesses, where they're getting other business, like through social media, through Google, all that type of stuff. So when you're coming up against people like that and you're just getting started, I can imagine why it's a bit of a challenge. Trying to get your name out there by pounding the pavement, speaking to referral parties, and there can sometimes be 3, 4, 5, 10 other people speaking to the same people for referrals as well. So
that's right. I was competing with all the other brokers that are already established. So it was, I knew that I needed other ways, other avenues, so I could actually get some predictability on what my business is going to bring in, and to start scaling.
Cool. So when we met, right, that's sort of where you were. We started working together early last year. I'm pretty certain it was pretty much early last year in 2018. We're in 2019 now. What made you decide to work with me at that point? So we jumped on the phone, or you came through our social media advertising that you saw on Facebook.
Yes, I liked straight away, Jared. You were pretty comprehensive up front with how, whether you could help me or not. So you asked me a series of questions, and this type of sales techniques or service techniques that I use with my clients that you ask really get drilled down to exactly what I'm needing to achieve, and then identifying that, yes, you could help me to do that. So that probably was a big indicator on how I could move forward. I had a budget that I wanted to invest monthly to get this happening, and it fit, and your cost fit that budget. And when I had a few phone calls, all different social media marketing campaigns, and yours was probably the most comprehensive conversation. So that's what attracted me most to join up with you guys, because the other ones weren't, it just seemed a bit wishy-washy. They weren't going to cover exactly what I wanted to do. So it felt like that you knew what you're doing, you knew what I wanted, and you knew how to get there.
Cool. Great. So that's sort of the reason behind sort of our conversation, and why you decided to work with me in the end. And I guess from there, like, what has that brought you over the last 12 months? Where have you gone with things? What is the main achievements?
Oh, yay. So this is the exciting part. So not saying that it didn't take work, and it took some testing, and there were a couple of months that were lower, but I'm averaging now 3 or 4 mil a month, which is probably 6 to 8 loans settling a month, give or take some. I was able to achieve the Young Guns Award, which is back there, which was a acknowledgement for anyone starting in a new business under 35 and achieving so many sales. Yay! I'm able to create, I've got so much predictability with my business now, in general, is that I can now hire staff. So I hired my first support staff a few months ago, and then I'm hiring now an in-office person to head up mine, because I'm now scaling again to another level. So I'm able to start really paying my own bills rather, and start growing my business and hiring new staff. So it's a really exciting time at the moment after a year.
Yeah. So one would say it was a pretty good decision, right?
Yeah, it was a good decision. Oh, that was. Yeah.
Awesome. And look, I'm so happy with the results that you've got over the last 12 months, and in a nice new office as well.
Yes.
Up in the
I started off in that tiny little room, little pokey room, where no one would visit, and now I'm in a 3 or 4 room office with staff, and yeah, it's getting there. It's still being fixed, but it's a good spot.
The main thing is you got air conditioning and all that sort of stuff.
Oh my God.
Awesome. So obviously, huge congratulations for you over the last 12 months. You've done an exceptional job. It is a very simple thing to implement a lot of this. It's just not easy. Very, very simple, not easy. At the same point in time, the one area I see for you that you've done exceptionally well over the last 12 months is you've been incredibly consistent. Right.
Yes.
You've implemented, when we've spoken about things, you've implemented them quickly, and that's what's got you the results over the last 12 months is the consistency and the implementation side of things, which is incredible for you. So massive congratulations, Young Gun of the Year.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome, guys. So, I mean, in terms of from here, Amy, like, what would you say to someone else that was maybe looking for someone to be able to help, or had been in a similar situation to you in the past?
I would not expect everything to happen all at once. It's going to take a few months. And when you were, just as you said, that I did implement it straight away. So I set aside time after our conversation, whenever that was. I set aside exactly an hour and a half to implement everything, so that it had a full week of testing, because there is a few testing components in any marketing. So it's to be able to give it as much time as possible so we get the results before the next conversation that we had, whenever that may be. That would probably be my other advice. So to do it, and to take the time and implement everything that you advise them to do, because it will make results.
Yes. Awesome.
It's a process, but it gets results.
Yeah. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. For anybody else that is looking to up the ante within their marketing, their sales, looking to up the ante around the automation side of a lot of this as well, and get some more predictability back into their business, feel free to reach out, reply to the email if you're getting this on email, reply via sending us a private message on Facebook, and we'll be happy to have a confidential discussion around how that's going to look over the next 12 months for you as well. Until then, remember, if you don't fight for your own freedom, no one else will. So get out, take action, make it happen. And I look forward to speaking to you all again very, very soon. Cheers. Thank you very much, Amy.